Welcome back for the 2017 season. Martin O'Donnell here with Coach Lovie Smith again on the Thursday walkthrough. Coach, glad to be here. Glad it's football season.
Long time coming, Martin. You know, it seemed like a long off season. We knew after the end of last year there's a lot of work to be done. We attacked it right away. You know, first with recruiting, spring ball, all-season workouts, and of course we had an excellent training camp.
Well, and starting with training camp there, I think one of the stories around this team, at least early on, is there's going to be a lot of young guys playing. And so how helpful was it, you know, who do you know at the NCAA, getting that extra time and training camp, getting to start a little bit earlier? How helpful was that with all the young guys that are going to have to contribute here?
That definitely helped a lot. You know, when you are a young football team, and we knew we would be. We knew with the recruiting class we were going out that a lot of those guys would have an opportunity to play early, and they needed experience, they needed reps. So it did work out that way for us. Guys got in here early, you know, early part of June, started doing all-season work, but we saw daily improvement from so many of those freshmen that some will be starting this week, and quite a few of them will have a big role.
Well, and as we all know, football is a very emotional game, and especially for these young guys who haven't gone out there, who haven't run out onto the Memorial Stadium field ready to play. Have you started to talk with them about how to properly focus and kind of channel that sometimes nervous energy into something productive on the field?
Yes, we have, but you know, there's only so much you can really say to a guy. You know, this past Saturday we have our mock game where the band is here, and some players like Blake Hayes, you know, coming from Australia, hasn't been to a college game. He was pretty pumped up. The excitement that he felt for a mock game a week before was something else. But for our freshmen, you think you have an idea, but once you come down that wall, come into the stadium, and then have a chance to play, that's a day they will remember.
Well, and one of the things that as I start to kind of look at this team and that I see as a big difference from last year is one, having a quarterback that's mobile, but two, I think, you know, you look at Kendrick Foster, obviously broke out last year, really kind of a cornerstone of the offense there. But on the outside, you know, getting Mike Dudek back and having Malik Turner, you know, you being a coach primarily on the defensive side of the ball, what additional stress does that put on the opposition to have a couple of guys with that talent level that you have to be concerned with on every play?
Quite a bit. You know, going back to a mobile quarterback, you know, most offenses are kind of set up for the quarterback to stay in the pocket. That's why you can have a free safety most plays on defense. But once that quarterback starts to run, a whole different animal that comes into play. And whenever you have a mobile quarterback, that should help the running game too. All of it should go hand in hand. But the best way to help out a running game is to be able to capitalize with one-on-one matchups outside. Mike Dudek, it's been a long time coming for him. I think about 2 seasons, 2 off seasons. That's a long time to come back from serious injuries, but he's back, and he's looked good in training camp practices, and that should also make it better for a Malik Turner. You know, 2 good receivers is better than 1.
Well, and looking at the Illinois defense, there's a lot of guys coming back that had to play a lot of snaps last year, also some new faces. What's one thing you're really looking forward to when the defense goes out there and steps on the field on Saturday?
Well, you know, it's just a part of our Bible around here to take the ball away and for guys to really buy into that and to see a young group start coming together in practices. And we have a goal each week on the mount that we would like to take the ball away. It's neat to see that. Our defensive line has been, you know, the engine of our defense around for a long period of time. You know, we have 5 guys that graduate. It's time for that next group of defensive linemen for the University of Illinois to take center stage. We have some guys that haven't played a lot that are ready to do that. A guy like Sean Adesanya, he's been here. It's like Mike Dudek has come back from a couple tough injuries. Jamal Milan, Tito, we have a group of guys. And then some of our freshmen too. Bobby Roundtree has been impressive in these early practices, as has been a guy like Isaiah Gay also.
Well, and Coach, I appreciate you sitting down with me again, and you know, really look forward to doing this every week this season. But I'm a big fan, and you know, kind of closing the loop. I don't know if you remember the first time we sat down last year. I asked you about ice cream, And so, you know, looking out for the big guys and the guys with the sweet tooth on the team, is there going to be ice cream there on Friday night?
Well, we had our mock game this past Saturday. Also went through our Friday routine, and we brought out the ice cream for the first time, and we had to really shut it down, and the buses had to start blowing the horn to get the guys out. It was a definite hit. We will have ice cream.
Makes me really happy to hear that, Coach.
That's what most of our linemen say.
Well, again, I appreciate it, and thanks for stopping by the Thursday walkthrough.
Looking for a card that gives you more? Illini Visa Rewards Card. Earn points every day to fly any airline, anytime, no blackout dates. The Illini Visa Rewards Card. Available only through U of I Community Credit Union.